Your little ignorance in these 5 points can put your career in real trouble. So let's quickly take a look what these 5 things are. Number one, leaving your company without full and final settlement. Recently, I was taking a HR round of a candidate who was shortlisted after several rounds of technical interview. And when I asked him that you indicated that you can join early, that means you have served your notice period, or maybe you do not have any notice period as such in your company, to which the gentleman responded that no, he definitely has a notice period of 60 days in his current company and he has not resigned, but it's just that he desperately want to move out of the job and he doesn't care if he served the notice period or not. Then I told him that this can really ruin his career because then the company will not issue him the relieving letter, to which he said, anyways, my future company is your company, so I don't care. People like these very rarely make it big in their careers. Obviously, he didn't get hired for obvious reasons. So hear me out very carefully, all the young professionals out there. You do not want to leave your company without completing your full and final settlement. By full and final, I mean you have to serve your notice period, you have to get your relieving letter, you have to pay out if there are any dues or if there is anything of that sort. Just wind it up very nicely with your current company before you move out to the next company. Now, in this case, if it wasn't a BGV fail or if my company didn't care whether he has a relieving letter or not, I might have hired him. But does that mean he will have a successful career? No, absolutely no. Because when he'll jump from this company to the next company, they will do a background check and it will then fail miserably. And you can miss out on a big opportunity, a dream company that you have always desired to work for, and you clear so many interview rounds with them and finally you get rejected in your background verification just because you did not finish your full and final settlement with one of your previous companies. So please do not do that. Most of the companies for sure do a background verification check of 5 to 7 years of previous employment. Some even go beyond that. They do for 10 years and 12 years as well. So do not play with your career, and whenever you leave from somewhere, leave it after completing your full and final. And second reason is very important on this list because people are not aware about this yet. They are playing with their careers in a very conscious way. We all spend so much time on social media scrolling through videos, images, and we keep sharing it, sometimes publicly, sometimes with just our friends, family, or with a very close group of friends or work professionals. We all do that. But do you know that if by chance, when you are not aware and you have shared something which has been reported as abusive or inappropriate, you can land into a cyber crime. Sharing the content mindlessly or just blindly can put you at a risk of being involved into cyber crime, and then you will have no way out, because once that is registered on your name, you have a complaint. Until it is sorted, you will not be able to have a clear background check, and then you might lose out on a very big opportunity in your career. This is getting noticed more and more these days because youngsters do not take it seriously. They feel I've just shared it with their close friends, or maybe it's a private group. No guys, be it Instagram, Telegram, your WhatsApp, whatever platform you are using to share whatever content to whomsoever, it can be very easily tracked, and if without your intention you can get into this risk. So please do not do that. Until that is settled, there's no chance of being employed at a good company where they do a background verification check. So be very mindful when it comes to social media, what you share, what you say, what you browse through. It's very important to be mindful of all of that, otherwise you'll put yourself into a trouble which will have a very bad impact on your career. And at number 3 is the mistake that is done equally by young professionals and experienced professionals, and that is loving the company, I mean the brand, more than your job profile. If you randomly pick any youngster or anybody who's working into IT industry and you tell any big name, say for example, just for example, I'm taking this name, I'm not trying to demean any company, just say for example, you ask anybody that we are offering you so and so job at Amazon, are you okay taking up? They will be happy to take it without even inquiring much about the job role. While your career, your growth, your future prospect totally depends on your job profile. It does not matter where you work, in which company you work so much as it matters on which profile you work on. Your future prospect depends on that. And if you spend most of your time dwelling on the brand name of the company and bragging about that company name, that you work with so and so company, more than your job profile, more than what you understand about your job profile, then you are never going to make it big in your career, because Because whether you know this or not, you are earning because of that job profile that you're working on. Your company has nothing to do with you. They are paying you for that job profile. They are paying that money to that job profile, not a individual person, not with some personal favor. So people get involved with the company name or being in some desired company so much that they do not spend enough time, money and energy on upscaling their skills related to that job profile they are in. Or they all they can decide is that I want to go to some good big MNC companies. They already have 3-4 names in their head, and they just try their best to get into those companies rather than leveling up their skills, rather than depending on their own skill set. They do not try that. They just dream about company names, and then they just focus on just being into those companies. That is the biggest mistake that you do. And especially in today's time, you never know when you lose your job, when your company stops loving you, and when they kick you out of the company for some random reason. You never know. But if you vouch for your skills, if you dwell on your skill set, you put that time, money and energy in enhancing your skill set, you can very easily live by doing freelancing. And if not freelancing, there's an open world waiting for you if you have the skill set. So do not waste your time dwelling on the company or brand. Work on your skill set, value your skill set, love your job profile, try to be good at what you do, so that tomorrow you can tell someone, be it a company, a client, or anybody, that this is the value that you can bring to the table. Nobody is going to hire you next just because you come from so and so company. They'll see your skills. So do not just sit idle in the company. If that is a good company and you are on bench, do not keep sitting on the bench. Work on your skills, move on, and work on the job profile that you intend to or you choose. Number 4, not speaking up when you find out that somebody else is taking credit of your work. Yes, I said it, and it happens all the time. In all the companies, no matter good brand, bad brand, average brand, you'll find such kind of people everywhere who tries to take credit of your work. It's very common. You cannot escape it. The best you can do is to be aware and confident enough to take it back, to prove it that it belongs to you. You worked on that, and nobody else can take it away from you just like that. And why I'm saying that it is such a big problem that it can ruin your career is because when first time you do not speak about it, when somebody else is taking your credit and you're aware that that person is taking the credit just on my face, if you do not speak at that time, that person will assume that you're okay with it. Either you are incompetent, or you are less confident, or you'll never be able to get up or speak up about this thing. So they'll take it for granted and they'll keep repeating it more and more. So it's very important that the very first time you recognize it or you are aware about it, speak about it openly. And last on today's list is something I've seen a lot, and it is emotional outburst. It can be because of some personal issue. It can be because of some professional issue that the person didn't speak up when it was time, and now it has built up. So many incident has led the person into this situation where he's just bursting out emotionally. Maybe that burst out can be like the person is literally shouting at the other person on a very smallest of the mistake, because all the incidents have accumulated inside him and the person couldn't take it anymore and he just burst out. Or maybe the person is not able to deliver the work because there have been some disturbances in the personal space. It can happen with anybody for sure, because we all are humans. But I'm here to tell you that please find out proper outlets to let your emotions out. If it is a personal thing, find a friend, find a relative, or somebody with whom you can vent out these build-ups that you have accumulated. Workspace is not the best place to do such things. You'll end up being miserable and you'll become the talk of the town, as they say, for very wrong reasons. And for sure you will be seen as a very vulnerable person and who is not capable of handling the emotions, person with very poor EQ. And if you were to be promoted to higher positions, maybe a lead or manager, chances are you'll not be considered, at least for some time, for that position, because being on those positions you need to handle people. If you cannot handle yourself, your emotions, how will you handle others? That's usually the judgment. So make sure that whatever you are going through, be it personal or professional, try to sort things out as and when they happen. Do not let them build up in your mind, in your emotions. And if it is personal also, try to talk it out with a friend. Otherwise, venting out things at a professional space will not help you in any way. So guys, these were 5 frequent reasons I see people around me ruining their jobs and careers for. And in case any one of you have faced any such challenge where you feel that you have ruined any opportunity for yourself, then I request you to put that also down in the comment section so that other people can learn from those mistakes and do not repeat them. So that's about it, guys. We came to the end of this video. I really hope you derived some value out of it. You keep on watching more content on Corporate Diaries to be corporate ready, and I'll see you in my next video. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Take care. Bye.